Hey, welcome back. I'm Rick Sanchez. Here's another counterintuitive story. This one is coming out of Iran. The country that the United States has perennially referred to as the axis of evil and the instigator of international terrorism is now accusing a U.S. group of international terrorism inside of Iran. So what's the charge and who are they accusing? Here's RT's Alex Mihailovich with the details.
It was a terrorist attack that shook Iran in 2008. 14 people were killed and over 200 wounded when a bomb went off at a mosque in the southern Iranian city of Shiraz. The group blamed for the terrorist attack is known as Tondar, or Thunder, a U.S.-backed organization that Iran says was involved in several attacks on its territory, including the assassination of a nuclear scientist. Tondar is a pro-monarchist group that wants to topple the current government in Iran. Their goal is to restore Iran's monarchy, which ended in 1979, just before the Islamic Revolution, an upheaval commonly blamed on the U.S. and British meddling. According to Iranian officials, Tondar is the most violence-prone of a number of pro-monarchist groups. Now, Iranian officials say they have captured the leader of the terror organization, Jamshid Sharmad. Although it is not known exactly where or how he was arrested, the Iranians say it came as a surprise to the U.S. and its key ally in the Middle East. According to Iran's intelligence minister, Mahmoud Alavi, the reason why they first denied his arrest was that they knew he was strongly supported by American and Israeli services, and they considered it unlikely for Iran's intelligence ministry to be able to penetrate their umbrella of support and apprehend him inside the Islamic Republic of Iran through a complicated operation. Tondar, also known as the Kingdom Assembly of Iran, is based in Los Angeles, California, and many believe its budget is supported by the U.S. government. While the U.S. and its allies are quick to point at Iran for being a state sponsor of terrorism, the West is known to back similar groups to push forward its own agenda. When it comes to Iran, aside from Tondar, it is well known that America has put its support behind the militant group MEK, also known as the People's Mujahideen Organization of Iran. The group, which has killed American citizens, is deemed a terrorist organization in Iran and Iraq while garnering the support of U.S. officials ranging from Mike Pompeo to Rudy Giuliani to John Bolton. In fact, the group, often described as a terror cult, was taken off the U.S. State Department's terror group list in 2012 by none other than Hillary Clinton. And this is not the first time a terror group that was once an enemy to the U.S. was later embraced as an ally. The Kosovo Liberation Army, described by President Clinton's special envoy to the Balkans, Robert Gelbert, as, without any questions, a terrorist group, was taken off the list in 1998 by Clinton himself. The organization has been linked to everyone from bin Laden to international drug cartels. Then, of course, there is ISIS and al-Qaeda, both who many argue were brought to life and nurtured by the U.S. and allies at different times. Echoing the U.S. call for Iran to take responsibility for its involvement with terrorist organizations, now Iran is making a similar request. Iran's foreign ministry spokesman Abbas Mousavi slammed the U.S. for hosting Tondar and its leader Sharmad, saying Washington must be responsible for supporting terrorist groups which are inside of this country and carry out and lead terrorist acts against the Iranian people. So far, D.C. has not replied. For News with Rick Sanchez, I'm Alex Mihailovich.